We're at the Circa in Las Vegas for day 2 of MWC Media Days 2025.
Day 1 were the players. Day 2 are the coaches. We also get to interview Gloria Navarro as commissioner of the Mountain West. So here's another interview. All right, JY here with the Big Mountain. I am with San Diego State head coach Lewis. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
How's the day going so far?
It's going good. Early, got plenty of caffeine rolling. We're good to go.
I hear you. I got down here. I'm like, where's the coffee? I don't need
Sure.
to eat. I just need some caffeine in me. So I get that. So starting your second year here at San Diego State University, you run the Aztec Fast. I think
Yes, sir.
everybody knows that. Can you break that down for us a little bit? Like what are you looking for? Is it tempo? Like what all goes into that system?
Yeah, I mean, before it's just an offensive system, it's a brand and identity of football for the whole program,
Sure.
right? So we want a club that's focused, accountable, smart, and tough. When we talk specifically offensive football, yeah, it's a gun spread, no huddle, up tempo, no mercy style of play. Like we want to create a new reality for the opponent that we're playing with our pace of play, the play count that we're going to get to, and find all different ways to get our speed and space.
There you go. And you can see that when you watch the games. I mean, your offense is ready to go. You want to wear down that defense from both tempo and just the style of play that you guys have. You could see that last year. Anxious to see it again and this year. Maybe take another step forward there.
Yeah, need to. Absolutely.
At San Diego State. Let's talk offense here just a little bit since we're talking about this Aztec Fast. Where are we at here with, who are you looking for as starting QB, starting running back? Are you looking for more of a committee? Like where are you at right now with that process?
Yeah, I mean, I think where we are with the overall talent and the ceiling of the talent and the depth of the talent is better than it's ever been, right? I mean, very pleased with, the work that Jaden Denegal and Bert Emanuel have done since they've come in. We got a lot of work here to do in camp as we go forward, but I know both of those guys are going to make impactful plays as we get into the fall. One guy will be the starter, one guy will, have a different role, and we'll define that as we move through camp, but know that both of them are going to bring a unique playmaking style ability and ability to be efficient and facilitate our style of play as we get into the fall. Lucky Sutton, came out of spring ball as the leading tailback. He's done a tremendous job of working while he's been waiting. I think he learned some things from Coop. I think he became more comfortable in who he is and his style of running, and that showed through spring ball. So excited to see what he brings this fall. And then obviously with Christian Washington and Byron Carwell coming in through the transfer portal, like all three of those kids, ironically enough, all San Diego County kids, right, that are now back together on the Mesa to do great things for San Diego State. And we'll use all of their talent in a lot of different ways. And so, again, they'll probably at the end of the day, we'll look back at the season and, hey, one guy will probably have a little bit more carries than the other, but we're going to use all three of them and their skill sets depending on the situation that we're in and what needs to get done to move the football the right way to win a game.
And that's what you're seeing in football across the board, NFL. I mean, you don't really have that beast back that's out there for 80% of the snaps like you kind of used to. Most teams at all levels are using, call it a committee, or just using the talent that they have. And let's talk about that with quarterbacks. So, sometimes, your starter and, unless there's an injury, hopefully that never happens, like he's gonna be playing the games.
Right.
Then you've got the pool where you may have two guys, like depending on the situation. Is there any pros and cons? It's like, hey, you're playing the hand you're dealt with your talent level, or do you like having that kind of flexibility of having two players that maybe bring a little bit different, talent to the game?
Yeah, I mean, I selected this hand, right? Like I'm not playing the hand that I was dealt.
Sure, right.
I selected these guys to be a part of the program, and I'm very, very excited about what both Jaden and Bert bring to the table, but again, right, like I was a very, very average player that stood on the sidelines a lot. And as a coach, I don't get to stand in between the white lines. And if there's a really explosive playmaker standing next to me and him and I are having the same impact on the game outside the white lines, like that doesn't make me a really good coach, right? And I really like living in San Diego State. I love leading these kids. And so I plan on having this job for a very, very long time. And so I need to distribute the talent and use the talent that we've acquired, right, the right way. And so both Jaden and Bert do everything above the line, right? It's just, again, like what's the situation dictate? How can we best utilize their talent for the game that we are playing? And depending on the opponent, maybe there's a different way that we need to manage this game to play complementary football. And that's our job as coaches, to make sure that, hey, at the end of the day, when we sit down and we figure out, okay, hey, what's the recipe for how we win this game this week, right? Like we construct that recipe and that plan the right way with the talent that we have in our building.
it gives you more weapons, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
To attack the opponent.
For sure.
I'd like to talk a bit more about San Diego. You know, the area of San Diego, Snapdragon Stadium, phenomenal facility.
Yeah.
I just would love to hear from you of the facilities there within San Diego and the community in general and what it means to the Aztecs program.
Yeah, I mean, well, we live in paradise, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a destination city,
Yes.
and we kind of joke, like, all right, well, it's spring break. Where are we going to go? It's like, well, we live in paradise. There's no reason to go anywhere, right? And so, first and foremost, it's great in that regard, right? But more beyond that, like the community has done a tremendous job of rallying and competing with us, right? Whether that's season ticket sales, whether that's stepping up in this name, image, and likeness, rev share collective era that we're in with everything, right? Like to have Snapdragon as the crown jewel of our facilities, to bring families and to create a game day experience that is second to none in that building. And now we got to do our job and continue to develop, continue to grow the program, and put a product on the field that everyone can rally behind and be really, really proud of. But it's a football crazed sports town that we are the only football team. Right, like we talk in recruiting. Hey, like we're the professional sports team. As we get closer and closer to this professional sports model, like you get to come be the pro team in the 8th largest TV market in the country.
Right.
Where else would you want to go do this at?
Absolutely. Last question I have for you. Do you have any thoughts on the CFP model? So where we are today versus what's kind of been floated out there, kind of the AQs, additional teams, just any opinions on any of that?
I have a lot of opinions on all of that, right? Like, just give us an opportunity, give us a chance, right? Like to find our way in there. And once we get in there, like we're not just going to be content with showing up. Like we want to go compete, and we want to do that at a high level. There's a whole lot of other things that need to be said or could be said, but now's not the time or the place to do that. But really excited about where we are, where we're going as a whole for college football. Like this is a great time to where you get to be at the eye of the storm for how the game is changing, and overall it's going to be a great net positive, and I'm really excited to be a part of that.
Awesome. Well, appreciate your time here with the Big Mountain, and best of luck this season.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks. Go Aztecs.
All right. Thank you.
In some ways, do you wish, because there's also talk, the largest schools at the top, 40 breaking off. You almost wish that let's just get all this over with. Coaches get into this to coach, and it's kind of like the schools below that. You know what? They can just get back to playing and coaching.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all. I don't wish for the big dogs to break off. To answer your first question first, like. I want to compete against the best year in and year out, and we get the opportunity to do that. We have a path to do that. I think all of us are just looking for a little bit of stability, like any of us in any of our lives, right? Like you want to make sure that when you walk in your house, like your dog ain't going to bark and bite you because you guys have a great relationship, right? Like it's kind of the same thing. Like you don't want to wake up each morning or open up Twitter or get a memo from some new alphabet soup organization, and you're like, oh, well, okay, things just changed, and now the things that I thought I was going to do within my program need to get pivoted. But luckily, again, like we got smart people that are working on this, on our staff and within our administration that are helping us navigate all of this. So, again, it's easier said than done, but where can we create stability for those that are doing the day-to-day work and those that are also enjoying the product that goes out on the field, right? Like you want to be able to see a kid come on campus, that you're excited about on signing day, that you saw a red shirt, maybe contributing on special teams, and then, oh, hey, now, like a Jordan Napier, right? Like he goes from, hey, I'm a special team contributor to, hey, a exciting role player to now, like everyone is like, hey, let me get my number 2 Jordan Napier jersey out of the bookstore because he's poised to have a great year. Like, how can we have that experience yet still welcome and embrace this opportunity for our young people to get some money in their pocket so that they don't have to send Pell Grant money home. They don't have to send their scholarship money home. They get to, have all their loved ones around them because they have means to do that and share the experience, and they're not stressed in financial ways that they used to be in the past. Like, I'm really excited with all the changes that have happened. This is my 7th year as a head coach. I know I'm not as old as some of the other guys in the room, but this will be my 7th year as a head coach. And for the first time, the vast majority of my guys, like, I'm not concerned about them being stretched too far financially to have to send money home, and now their living situation isn't right on campus. Like, so much doom and gloom is made about all this and all these questions. Like, God, this is cool. Like, all these media deals started happening, and everyone else's salaries went, and everyone just said, hey, like, players, you guys get free scholarship for a couple $100,000. Be happy with that. Like, wait, so everyone else got fat and happy, and these guys were told, no, this is good. Like, this is cool. hey, do we need to make it work a little bit different? Absolutely. But like, if you're not excited to like do that work, like what are we talking about? Like let's figure it out. Let's do it. I want to be a part of that. Like I've expressed that with Coach Bull, and excited to get deeper into some of these conversations because like I still got a lot more years doing this, and I want to protect the game and all the people that are making this game beautiful and do it at a really high level. And figuring all this out is a piece of that puzzle.
We were just talking about helping players reach their dreams.
Yeah.
Does part of that come from you finding your dream from what you call the goal office sales job?
Yeah, I mean, like obviously you want to find something that you're passionate about, right? Like when the alarm goes off that you're excited to, feet hit the ground and heck yeah, like I was like, oh shoot, he's up again. Like, yeah, done that. Like, we're gonna go make a difference. We're gonna go pour into young men. And again, like I'm just trying to create an experience that our kids love on the Mason, right? And help young men grow. And all the things that are happening are simply tools and vehicles to make that happen and help those young guys realize their dreams, right? And so, yeah, it's pretty simple to do, when you're passionate about what you're doing and you get to truly live your dream. And I remind my team about that all the time. Like at some point in time, like little 8, 9, 10-year-old them were playing Pop Warner. They went to the Friday Night Lights game. They were in Friday Night Lights, living their high school dream, and they're like, hey, someday I just want to be a scholarship football player. And then like you get in it, and sometimes we get lost again in the minutia of all the doom and gloom that we all want to talk about, and realize like you're living your dream. At some point in time, you said you wanted to be a scholarship football player. Like this is what comes with it. Stop trying to negotiate with the work and the day-to-day excellence that we demand when you're living your dream. And if this is no longer your dream, then change your dream. And you can go do something else. I promise it ain't going to be as fulfilling. Like, this is fulfilling work that we get to do. It's really, really cool.
You also said you're one of the younger guys in here, so I'm willing to bet you grew up playing NCAA football.
I did, yeah.
Now you're in the game. I mean, what do you hope EA Sports gets right?
They got the beard right. That was good. Maybe it needs to be a little bit fuller, but they got the beard right. My son actually, when we got the game and everything, my son went and played it. My son's 9, and he came running out of the other room and said, "Dad, it actually looks like you." I was like, all right, because I saw some of the other pictures and some other coaches, and we need a patch to update some of the other guys' looks.
Also, I'm from Fresno, and so to cover the rivalry between Fresno and San Jose State, what have you heard about it? I know you haven't been a part of it, and maybe your first impressions of Coach Hens.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Coach Hens for a while, right? I mean, like both of us kind of being in that greater Midwest, Great Plains region from my time at Nebraska, Omaha, and obviously him being at NDSU and everything. Great ball coach, obviously, really, really accomplished, right? Like, I think college football rivalries is what makes college football special. And I was upset that we didn't get an opportunity to play that game last year with all that played out. I understand why. I don't like it, right? Because that old oil can is something special, right? And that thing resides in our locker room, and we do something intentionally each and every single day to make sure that it stays there. And again, like I'm really excited about that opportunity to go compete and to lay down another chapter in that great rivalry.
Coach, real quick, message to fans. Last year they heard Aztec fast. I don't know if they quite got what it was they thought they were getting. Do you expect this year the fans to be a little more understanding of how your offense works?
Hang on. The question is, do I expect fans to be understanding? No. Fans are fanatical, right? That's what fan is short for. And I wouldn't want our fans to change in any way. Again, like college football rivalries, fans and the passion and the pageantry and the tradition for the fan base wanting you to win right now, hell yeah. Like I would not want that to change a bit. I would not want the fans' expectations to change a bit. I can promise the fans that whatever their expectations are, they might be equal to, but they're not greater than those within our own building. So our fans don't need to change. The only thing our fans need to do is show up a little bit earlier, tailgate a little bit harder, and then get in Snapdragon a little bit sooner, pack that place, and we'll do our part to put a great product on the field that they can be excited about, that they can have great pride in, so we can create the Snap being an unbelievable home field advantage the way that I know that it can be this year and as we go into the Pac-12. But I don't want our fans to change or be understanding at all because they wouldn't be fanatical, and I want them to be fanatical about the Aztecs.
So what's your take when on the chat boards after a 3-win season they're going, is this the right guy?
Awesome. Good. Like, they have high expectations. And we live in a day and an age where, again, like you go to the store and you buy, like, we don't even boil our own water and take the time to boil the water, put the rice in the water, then let it sit and simmer for 5 extra minutes, because we just go, we buy the rice pouch and you put it in the microwave, and 90 seconds later, you have rice, right? Like, so like they want it right, and they want it right now. Good. So do I. Like, we want to have that sense of urgency. But I also know our fans are smart enough to know and understand that things that are meaningful and that sustain the test of time and adversity and changes and all the things that are coming that will continue to change, you need to have a solid bedrock and a solid foundation to stand upon. And that's where the character of our kids, the culture of our club, we are building that. And that success, by doing it the right way, that success will always be a lagging indicator. Like, I've had the opportunity to talk with Coach Dutch and Coach Fish, right? Like, their first couple seasons, not great. Like, self-admittedly, like me and Coach Dutch were on a lot of different coaching caravans, and he grabbed the mic and was like, hey, like, our first year, like, whew, all right. But now 25 years later, it's pretty awesome, right? And so we want to build this thing the right way over the long haul, again, with a strong cultural foundation and with great families that have chosen to be a part of what we're building on the Mesa. And again, like, I love our fans. I don't want them to change at all. I'll let you read the message boards. I stay out of the comments. I'll keep tunnel vision on what's going on at Fowler Athletic Center.
John, one for you, man. Just Wyoming hired Gary Errol as a running backs coach. I'm just curious what your thoughts are.
Let's go, man. I mean, great dude. Pours into the guys, does it the right way. Just happy to see that. And actually ran into him at a camp down in Texas, of all places, and it was awesome to catch up with him a little bit.
What a hire for Wyoming so late in the cycle too.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I mean, like you know, he's a late portal addition, right? Like, good get, you know, and hope that that works out well for him and his family. Just, you know, maybe not so great one day this fall.
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Coach, I kind of want to go back to something you talked about earlier in terms of thinking about scheduling and coordination with AD. I kind of want to ask about, as you're thinking about going into a new situation with a new conference in the future, how far ahead are you guys planning the schedule, and then how much the relationship you have with the AD in terms of is scheduling for 2032 or what have you all in their camp, or do you have any voice there?
No, we have great dialogue, obviously, with speaking future specific, right? Like, there were some major pieces that kind of just fell into place about some known games that we're going to play into the future. And, you know, you have to have great conversations about how everything's going to get built out. And, you know, myself and JD and Bob Moosberger all have great conversations about what needs to get done and, you know, the pros and cons of every single opportunity that is available. I've been in some really, really good non-conference scheduling situations. I've been in some really, really unique non-conference scheduling situations, right? And so I've seen both sides of it. But, you know, just having your voice heard, which ours is, and having those conversations in-house so that we're all aligned and coordinated on why and how we need to get things done when it comes to scheduling is crucial.
And then when you're thinking about 26 and beyond, are you operating on the assumption it's going to be 7 conference, 5 non-conference? And then if that's the case, how are those non-conferences being thought of?
Yeah, I mean, whatever they tell me it's going to be as we go forward with it all, right? And then a lot of our non-cons have been built out. There's still a few gaps that we need to fill. But again, like with Texas State just getting announced and all that kind of getting finalized here recently, you know, we'll have some of those futures conversations in the future as we go forward.
It's been another great day at Mountain West Media Days 2025. So many great interviews, so many people to talk to, so much great content for the channel. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, make sure you like this episode, subscribe if you like our content. We have a lot more Mountain West content coming. With that, we'll see you next time on The Big Mountain.